Man, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up? What's up? So we just gonna get right into it. We had another wild day on Friday, and as you can see, we got the selling continuing into the pre-market session. We're down to 550.81 in the pre-market right now at 854. So we still have another 30, 35 minutes before the market open. But I just wanted to go over my levels. So going into this morning I done my charts on Saturday night, I think, or Friday night. Friday afternoon after the market closed, I think I did my charts. So I marked these levels up. And I have 5504, 5550, 55930, 3 to 55984 as my mid level, 56577 to 56628 as my resistance. So we got my mid level, my support zone, which is we're gonna go over what's going on. My support zone, my resistance zone that I wanted to trade within today. As we can see, the market has cracked down well under our support zone. So now this new support zone at 555 has turned to resistance, as you can see. So my levels will stay. I keep the levels, but I have to go find a new level of support, which you can see mapped out 548 to 548.59. And why did I take that level? Why did I map that level out? Now we're gonna go back on a higher time frame because we can see it better. 548 is the low on the bounce of on March 13th. So that's when the market had found quote unquote bottom bounce for the pullback, right? So you can see as soon as it got back down here to this area, what's happening, the reaction. So we mark that as our bottom, as our support zone, next support zone, right? Now, does that mean that this has to hold and the market will continue to bounce higher? No one knows. But if you look on the higher time frame, right, we know we talk about those breaks and retests, those double bottoms, those double tops, right? So on the higher time frame, we'll go to the 4-hour daily. Go to the daily chart. You see what's going on, right? So you got the found bottom, the bounce. This is a daily time frame. So this is a whole 8 hours that the market is open with these one candles, right? These is like 8 hours, I think. So this is a whole days of trading. So you can see that's why the candles are so, it's not a lot of them if you go to the 5 minute, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15, right? This is a whole day's worth of trading. And as you can see, we found bottom here and it bounced. And now the market is trading right here at this support again at this bottom. Now, will the market bounce here again and continue up? Or is the market going to continue to melt down? No one knows. All I know is today that new level has found support in pre-market as well. You can see the bounce and it's holding it. Now where sellers step in. So if you was a seller, would you step in and chase this market down here at this bottom while it's overextended? Possibility. I mean, we don't know what's going on in the economy. We don't know. All we know is these levels. The market is just reacting in a crazy way, but the market is super extended and it has to go search for sellers. We don't think sellers will be down here present, but we think sellers are present in the market. So we think a bounce will happen. So this is how I think how the market is going to react. I think that we will come up, come back down, find some support somewhere, push back up and retest this 555 first before sellers can step back in. That's what I'm thinking, because it's a gap down. So this gap down, this is what I call a gap down trade, right? Or a gap up. We are $4 extended from prior day close, which is up here in this area. We closed at 555. So those gaps like to go get filled before market makes its move. So I think they're gonna try to push the market back up higher before sellers can step back in. Or you can even set at pre-market high. It's possible level of resistance up here at pre-market high too. So you have to watch this level because of, you see the selling pressure. If we go to the bigger time frames, it's clearer. Because they don't really show a lot of volume in pre-market on the lower time frames. But you got this gap too. So the market can just come up, retest these levels, and then just continue. So we don't know when the sellers are going to come in. But you have to remember that this level at 548, last time it touched this level back in March 13th, it was a huge move happening off of. I mean, we bounced from 548s, I think, all the way to whatever the highs was 576 again before sellers started coming back in. As we look left, you can see, so from 548 all the way back up to 546. So this level is a strong level of support, so you got to keep that in mind. But and you can see the reaction happening off of it right now in pre-market. 548, we're already back up to 551. So if we crack this 552, put a 40 cents on. If we crack this 552.50s, we're gonna push back out to 555s. This is just the adjustments that I'm making going into pre-market because I have lost my levels, right? My main three levels were 555. These were my three main levels coming into this morning. This was my support zone, this was my mid-level, and this was my resistance zone. And we've lost all those levels, you can see. So I have to adjust. I have to make a new game plan. And I have to look to the left and find new levels of support, new levels of resistance. Well, in this case, support, because of we trading under. So we try to find a new level that it can find some support off of, and a new resistance, which I think this will be my new resistance. This would be my considered quote-unquote mid-level now, which is 552.20, 552.60. Support will be 548 to 548.59. And my resistance zone will be prior day low now because it's broken. So old support turns to new resistance. So this will be my new resistance. This will be resistance as well because it's trading under. You get what I'm saying? And this will become support if it breaks it. So this is resistance until it's because it's trading under. Until it breaks it, until it cracks it, then it becomes support. Wait, I'm gonna give you a better example. Then this becomes support. And then you look for the push up to the resistance. It's just that simple. Now, hopefully we can get the push back down. We can get a retest here, and we can get into our position and get the push back here. That's what we'll be looking for. Ultimately, that's what we'll look for. But we don't have to hold that whole position, that whole trade. We just like to get a nice move towards it and take our profits, our 2 to 1. Then if you lose this level, man, sayonara market. Sayonara. Yeah, then you have to just look to the left and see where a possibility that it can bounce off if it loses 548, which will be, see, there's no floor to the left. Let's go on a higher time frame just so we can move faster. No floor to the left. So it end up being, where's the next consolidation area at? More than likely, it'll be here, up in this area. Which will be, support will be, this is all the way to September 10th. September 10th, high, days high. But you also have 545, 545, but it'll probably get down to 543 more than likely to fill this gap in the market as well. Off these big moves. But I think 548 will hold today, because there's a lot of liquidity left behind on that sell day yesterday. So me personally, I think we'll get a 555 retest, maybe even a 560 retest before sellers step back in. That's just my guess. I don't, but I'm no guru. I'm just going off what I've seen in the market, what I've seen do. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is when it touches these levels, I want to make a decision on which direction I want to go, and I won't be making a trade until these levels are touched. So 552.20, 552.60, which is my resistance zone right now, as of now. And my support zone is 558.59. I'm at 548.59, 548. That's my support zone. So I won't be making a trade until these levels are reached. And if I can see my trade set up at these levels, which is I want to see sellers present themselves here so I can continue to play push down, or I want to see buyers present themselves here at this level before stepping into a trade. And yep, so that's what I'm looking for going into the day. And good luck to y'all. Guys, I hope you stick to your strategy, stick to your edge, trade your edge, protect yourself on your risk, and whatever your edge is, just trade it, man, day to day basis. And yeah, don't get attached to the trades, don't get attached to the outcome. Just protect yourself when you're wrong and pay yourself when you're right, and execute. All right, see.